What's happening, guys? Saf-T-Liner C2 here. It's 1:09 in the morning. I feel like recording while my watch is charging. And yeah, as you can see, I am in Mount Hammot, so you know I am, of course, going to be pushing something to its limits, and you guys already know what it is by the title. But I just kind of felt like driving his Grayson's old HDX. We've been messing around with this new HDX for not for, most of you haven't been messing around with it for that long. I've had the opportunity to test it since sometime in December, and I really haven't actually sat down and compared it to this old one. So I felt that, just driving it would be interesting. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're going to push the HDX to its limits in Mount Hammot and just see how that goes. Wouldn't that be a great screenshot? Let's take one right there. There we go. Beautiful screenshot. Maybe I'll make that the thumbnail. Let's see. I mentioned way back when that I needed you guys to ask questions, and I mentioned in one video, I can't remember when, not too long ago, that I did answer those questions, but my video didn't upload properly. And the reason I asked these questions is because, let's see, when was it? 2 weeks ago, I celebrated 5 years of posting regular videos. Yeah. And I had made this whole video, and that's why I wanted these questions. But since that video unfortunately never went up on the day that it was supposed to, I decided, well, I can't leave you guys hanging. So, yeah. Also, a few things. I mentioned this in my major update video. Don't forget, I have a video request form that's down in the description. And I also have a kind of a second channel where you guys can send in videos to be put on this channel. There's like 25 subscribers there. So, go ahead and check that out. There's only one video on there. So, if you want your video featured on that channel, go ahead and email it to me. All the stuff is in the description. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's start. All right. Oops, it's in neutral. Parking brake is on. Gosh, this is already so different. Now, I don't have usernames for any of these questions because I just wrote them all down. So, sorry, I know that you guys probably wanted a shout out, but I just can't have my phone on 24/7, so please forgive me. Okay, let's go ahead and let's start off with the questions. Question number 1, what is your favorite bus? And, gosh, that's certainly a tough one. I wonder what Cameron's favorite bus is. It's certainly not the C2, and that's certainly all screwed up. There we go. But yes, it is the C2. I remember whenever it first came out, the only other modern conventional out then was the first gen Vision, and I guess really the CE, but that wasn't really popular in my area. But I remember seeing the C2 and thinking it was the coolest looking bus out there. And I still do think that. And from what I hear, driving the C2 is a very good experience, and I assume riding it would be the same thing. Second favorite bus, definitely in the 80s. I don't know why, but I always liked 1987 Bluebird All-American FE. I think that is the best looking FE by far, without a doubt. So, gosh, this bus can certainly make its way up here. I was kind of worried that it would have a little bit of trouble, but let's see. Let me get a pen so I can check that I've already done this question. Let's see. Next question is, what's your favorite movie? I've always, I am not a big movie watcher, but I will, sit down and enjoy movies. I'm kind of a superhero nerd, so The Dark Knight is probably one of my favorite movies. The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger and Christian Bale, that was definitely my favorite out of the trilogy, and like I said, it's probably my favorite movie. I don't watch a whole lot of much, but I do you know, sit down for the occasional movie. So yeah, I thought that was probably one of my favorite ones. Let's see. Do I like cheese? Who doesn't like cheese? I mean, yes, I like cheese. I'm pretty simple. American, cheddar, mozzarella, Parmesan. You know, just you know, I'm just really simple when it comes to cheeses. But yes, I do like cheese. So let's see. I'll go back to a bus question here. Do I prefer Type C or Type D? That's actually a rough question because that's hard. Because each bus has their own, or each type has their own, you know, advantages and disadvantages. If I had to choose, I don't know, I feel like Type C is the right answer for this, but I'm not really sure. That's a really hard question. I've never really sat down and, you know, really thought about this, but I do feel like getting a Type C would probably be the better choice out of the two. I don't know, I just feel that's it. I don't know, I just feel that. Let's see. What is the most common bus that I've seen? That's a good question. Definitely, it is by far the ICCE. That is probably the most popular bus anywhere. My district had, or it has, hundreds of them. And pretty much everywhere I go, that is what I'll see regardless of where I am. I mean, even internationals, those were definitely like the most popular. You have the 17 and 1800s, you have the 3800s, you have the ICs. You know, the IC is definitely, or well, the CE is definitely the most popular bus that I have seen. Let's see. This was a good one. Do I have, or have I had a girlfriend? Let's see. Today's the day after Valentine's Day, and oh gosh, I just pulled a muscle or a nerve or something, and something just went crazy in my hand. Let's see, I did spend Valentine's Day alone, crying in a corner, eating chocolate. Have I had a girlfriend? Okay, fine, you want to know my theory? Throughout high school, my theory was I don't need drama, I like money for myself. And I have other things that are important to me, so having a girlfriend, or rather just a relationship, that wasn't really just what I was interested in. So I never really, you know, I never really cared to have one at that point. And I mean, I really still don't, because I'm still functioning fine by myself. I like to keep myself busy, not as a distraction, but just because, you know, that's how I like to be. And at this point, I don't really need one, you know. But hey, if something pops up, who am I to stop myself? So that's just my theory. I know a couple of my friends wrote on that theory also, but you know, that's just me. So have I ever wanted to be a bus driver when I grew up? At one point, yeah, I did, but that's, you know, before I realized that it's pretty much minimum wage in some places, and it's not just the fact that, oh yeah, you only make $20,000 a year, you know, because that's a big part. Because if you once you especially start to try and make a career out of something, sure, bus driving can be a career, but it's not a very, you know, moneyful career, but it can be a very, very rewarding career. That's the thing. But at this point in time, no, I don't really want to be a bus driver. I mean, sure, I like buses and all, but I don't know, I just never really, you know, dreamed of being a bus driver for oh so long that I had to. Some people ask what I want to do with my life. I'm not really sure what I want to do as a job. I mean, like I said, I never really had have ever wanted to be one thing. I've never really dreamed of having this job that, this and that, and I can't wait to do that. I still don't know what I want to do with my life. So, and yeah, I know that's okay, but I just have not found the right thing that I think I can, do with my life. So, that's a good question.
And with my luck, of course, I completely forgot a question. By this person will get a shout out, Grayson. If y'all saw this is a pretty great question. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can say this in one breath. Could you please explain to me how the aesthetic accuracy of botanical illustration from the South African colonies helped to enlighten pre-modern European civilizations as well to the flora and fauna of the New World, as well as pioneer an art form to which uniquely made said science easily accessible and understandable to the common man? Boy, that is something. Let's see. South American, brought it to North America, and North America was, the Europeans came over, and then they saw stuff, and then, yeah. I don't know. Ask Google. What the type of a question is that? Go ask your professor or someone. Aren't you oh my gosh. Thank you, Grayson. That certainly made my day whenever you posted that. That was pretty great. Okay, back to the video.
My favorite song. Now, I can't narrow it down to a favorite song, but I can narrow it down to a couple of my favorite bands. I listen to mostly rock. Rock and classic rock. I don't really listen to anything else. I will listen to other stuff if I am forced to. But do I enjoy it as much as rock or classic rock? No. Out of those two, I would definitely prefer more modern rock, not like heavy metal or, death metal, But my 5 favorite bands are Shinedown, Pearl Jam, Foo Fighters, Nirvana, and those two are really one and the same, I guess. And probably out of those, out of the 5, Muse is my favorite one. To me, they are musical geniuses, and if you've never heard a Muse, I mean, you probably have heard a Muse song, but they're just so out of the ordinary, and you never know what's coming next for them. Am I already at the top? I better not be. What the? I'm already at the top. Oh my gosh. Wow, it took me 10 minutes to get up here. Oh my. But yeah, Muse is probably my favorite band. I really got into them recently. I mean, yeah, I knew who they were and I really liked them, but it wasn't, and they became my favorite band until I found a playlist with all of their songs, and I sat through and listened to every single song on the playlist, and it was just amazing. And if you are certainly looking for just music, just anything, I would definitely recommend that. By far, probably my favorite band out of those. Okay, last question. This is always a little bit of a rough one. I answer this every now and then because I get it asked a lot. But since it was asked here, I will go ahead and explain. Why does he always get the betas? And, well, the simple answer, someone answered it for me in the comments, thank you, whoever it was, is that I'm a beta tester. Yes, I am a beta tester. People often ask me, well, how do I become a beta tester? And here's the thing. You don't just really sign up to become a beta tester. It's more or less kind of a job promotion. Once people see that you do something that is worthy of receiving betas, then they will say, oh, hey, maybe I should give the beta to blah, blah, blah. Oh, gosh, there we go. Yep, that happened. Okay, well, there we go. But people are, people always ask, well, okay, well, why do you get all of them? And it's because, well, I hate to be cocky about this, but I mean, I have a very large following. If someone unknown, okay, someone who is new to ROR and they have this great concept and they contact me and say, hey, I want you to throw this out there because I see that you have a large following and I want other people to get excited about this. So there's one thing, and people are always, let's see, how do I say this? This is really rough. Let's see. You have to be. These are not my words. I've had other people say this about me. Is that I provide good quality, feedback is what I was looking for. So I know there are some people who are like, oh, that looks cool, or oh, it drives good, or this and that. And you can't just do that and expect to receive betas. If you watch my videos, sure, each of them are like 15 minutes because I'm going over every little detail that I see, everything that's right, everything that's wrong. I try and give the best quality and the best feedback that I can to each person. And I have to be honest also. For example, there are some people who are my friends who just cannot make a bus for their lives, but they still want me to review it. And I have to say, person, honestly, this bus kind of sucks. And it's kind of hard to do that sometimes. Saying that, especially to a friend, that, hey, this is just junk. So, I'm, like I said, I try and give the best quality feedback. I have a large following. And keep in mind that I am not the only beta tester. There's a good amount of them. I'm just the only one who posts videos. So I'm just saying, so don't go off on me about, oh, well, no, you're the only one. No. Trust me, I am not the only one. I know plenty of others. But going off on that, some people might ask how I became a beta tester. Let's see. I had been posting videos for 2 years, I think. Apparently Volk had been watching them, which was really interesting. That really surprised me. But he basically contacted me and said, hey, I think that you have potential. Okay, he didn't say that. Let's see, I'm just hoping that's what he would say. Let's see, how do I say this? Basically, we started talking. He's like, hey, I want feedback. Sent me some pictures. And I said, oh, you need to do this and this and this. Do whatever, fix it up. I think it looked good. And then he's like, okay, well, here, how about you get a little more of a feel for them? And here you go. And he sent me his betas. And that was really like the first real one that I got. Sure, I'd had others, private stuff and, this and that. And luckily, I also knew people from other stuff, so this person knew that person, so that was very, very helpful to me. Let's see, one other question that no one asked me, but I feel like it's just kind of necessary for me to do it, is what's advice for YouTube? Because I see a lot of people. Mind you, I look up rigs of rods a lot. I like seeing other people. I don't want to see just my perspective. I like seeing other people's. So pretty much every night or every day or sometime, I look up rigs of rods and I see what was posted that day, and I watch other people's content to see their stuff. So basically, if there's no commentary, I'll watch about 5 seconds and then I'll pretty much just leave. if there's commentary, generally I'll watch about half or more. So, what's the advice that I give? I usually give the same 2 pieces of advice, and that is be original with your content, because if you're just sitting here, let's just say you're copying me, which no one is, but you're sitting here copying me, I mean, that's not going to get you any views because I'm already doing it. So you guys have to be original with your content. Just be yourself. Just, if people don't like you, well then, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. And also be consistent. You can't just post 1 video a month and expect to get 100 views on each of them. That doesn't really work out. I mean, I try and post videos, whenever I get the chance to. And I've, posted hundreds of videos, and consistency is key. I think that's the bigger one out of the 2, just being consistent, so then people know who you are and kind of get that embedded in their brains. So, and you guys also don't have to get endorsements or anything. I mean, I get people every now and then, hey, C2, shout out my channel. I mean, I need subscribers. I mean, if you don't have any good quality content, if I don't like what I see, well then unfortunately I'm not going to shout it out. But if I think that you do have potential, sure, I'll shout it out. Or just none of the above and I just didn't see your comment. Because that happens every now and then. I try and keep up with most of the comments though. So, let's see, I think my watch is pretty much charged. This is a 20-minute video if I'm not mistaken. And we are pretty much right at the end. So, let's see. But, yeah, there it is right down there. So, let's see, consistency, originality. Just have fun with it, make it your own. And heck, here's the other thing I tell people, and I've heard this from lots of people after I tell them this. The first 100 subscribers is the hardest time you will have. After you get those 100 subscribers, there you go. It'll be a lot easier and you'll just keep on going up from there. So if you don't have 100 subscribers yet, hey, that's okay. It's going to be rough. I was there at one point. It took me, 2 years to get 100 subscribers? Hey, it's fine. It's okay. You just need to be patient and just, have fun with it. So, otherwise, I think that's kind of my unprofessional advice. I forgot that there were so many camera angles in there. I forgot that I didn't really like that. But let's see, is that all the questions? Yes, that is all the questions. So, hope you guys got to know a little bit more about me. I think you guys know me pretty well. Maybe I'll just do I don't know. If you guys have more questions, just let me know and I'll, oh gosh, that doesn't work real well. But if you guys do have more questions, let me know and I'll answer them in the comments. But, yeah, I think that is pretty much it. So, yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Right down here, it's a magical red button that says you are now subscribed to Saf-T-Liner C2. Make sure you comment up here, down here, over here, or over here. I don't know where they put it. I don't care where they put it. Make sure you also give this video a thumbs up, or yeah, you're going to have a lot of camera angles. And make sure you also share this video with a friend. Show it to your mom, show it to your dad, show it to a guy on a random street. I don't care, don't get raped. Uh-oh, bus is moving. So, yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. And